Hey, what's up, fool? You know where you're at, homie? I'll cut you, Essay. I'll cut you, Holmes. Hey, on a serious note, I don't have my lights, so you're just gonna enjoy the street light and the cars passing by, and my knife. On a serious note, though, can somebody explain to me why does it seem like marriage doesn't last? Why does it seem like there's more divorces than normal? Like, you know how when you be on Facebook, right? I gotta watch my back for some fool try to run up. You know when you'll be on Facebook, right? And you'll see a chick and she'll have a boyfriend. I'll say she's in a relationship. Then all of a sudden they'll say she got engaged, right? Then the her last name will change to his last name. And then the profile picture will be her and him. Well, I swear, if you just give it a year, the profile picture, when a motherfucker changed that profile picture, when the motherfucker was in a relationship and they changed it back to just them, you know what that means a lot of the times, right? So when they change that profile picture and it's just her, and her last name goes back to her, whatever her original last name was, I guess it's her maiden name. You just give it a year and you're like, what happened? And I'm looking around and I'm seeing, whether it's online, whether it's people I know in real life, whether it's videos people are making on TikTok, on YouTube, whether you see it on IG, wherever you see it at, whatever medium you're using to consume videos, it's like, man, it's like marriages just aren't lasting as long. And I think, and I don't know. This is just a theory. Because, and when I say it, let me preface it by saying this. I'm not trying to say that men, of course men cheat and men ruin good marriages and stuff like that. Of course, right? But we know that women usually push for monogamy in relationships, right? Well, we've been together 3-4 years, and we getting into our late 20s, and my mama keep asking me, how long you gonna keep calling him your boyfriend? Y'all getting too old to say boyfriend and girlfriend. You say husband and wife, and blah blah blah. So they push and push and push for monogamy, right? Then they get it, and then I guess they realize it's not what they wanted or whatever, and then they push to get a divorce because they know they'll get some kind of recoup something, recompense, whatever it is, restitution, a divorce, or alimony. And if they have kids, child support. It's like a safety net. Whereas the man don't have one. You just got to get up and work. Now, woman, she got the ability to get up and go work and get a job too. But it's like some reason the man has to get up, go to work, pay bills for his house, and pay bills for her house, and pay bills for kids when they're away from his house and when they're in his house. So I said all that to say, going back to my theory, is the reason that relationships and marriage seem kind of out of whack. I think it's just because I think honestly women have too many options now. You know what I mean? Like I said, this might have nothing to do with marriage, but I'm thinking about it. And women have a lot of options. Think about it. Okay, let's go back to the year 2000 or 1995 or whatever. It's pretty women everywhere, right? So, a pretty chick in Iowa getting seen by a man in California. I mean, they had dating sites, but it wasn't like a big dating site boom like it is now. A rapper or a singer or whatever, there was no DMs to slide into. Now you fast forward, that same pretty chick in Iowa, in Indiana, in Alabama, in Mississippi, in West Virginia, A rapper can slide into any one of these chicks' DMs and be like, "Hey, baby, look, I think you fine," and they got that blue check mark. Look, I'm going on tour Germany. I want to take you with me. I ain't gonna lie, I got to have you. And that money, that fame, that status, they'll get snatched up like that. The dating game it's an unfair game for men because women are already they're more desirable because of their body. You know, a man's physical features can't compete with a woman's. Look, you notice for a man to be considered extremely good looking, he gotta have this right here. I don't, which is why I'm in the dark. He got to be straight right here, right? He got to be cut up, swole, whatever, for people to be like, for a large group of men, for a large group of women to say he's handsome, or even to call him gorgeous, which is not something you hear. You don't hear a lot of women calling men gorgeous, but a woman, right? Plain Jane, she could have a little pudge, little stomach pudge. She could have just had a baby. She could be fat. And you ever worked at a job? It'd be a woman on the job. She ain't nothing to write home about. She might not be ugly, but she ain't nothing to write home about, right? It's especially for all my blue collar workers who work in the warehouse, on a dock, something like that. They'll all be like, "Damn, man." You usually hear it with older men. They'll be like, "Damn. Well, if I was 20 years young, I'd wear her ass out." Let's say you work at like a shipping place or whatever. Y'all work in the warehouse or whatever. You gotta go in there and take the bill of lading to her, to the receipt to her when you unload the truck, and they always lean up on the. They're like, "Yeah, so what you got planned for this weekend? Oh yeah, you going out with that dude? You know, I told you, hey, listen, you need to give Ricky a chance. I know, hey, look, I know you like, oh, he old. Listen, I'm old now. But you got to remember, I done learned, I done picked up some tricks now. I can show you, I can wear that back out. You be sitting there looking at Ricky like, that girl ain't nothing to be writing home about. She ain't all that at all. She ain't even that. She ain't even half of that. What's he doing? I don't know. Like I said, that's just me and my theory. Maybe that has nothing to do with marriage. Maybe some people will say it's feminism. Some people will say it's because we've accepted homosexuality and all this as the norm, and we got all these transformers walking around, and it's just well, it's the end of it's been the end times for damn 50 years. So it's the end times. It's bound to happen. We going to hell in a handbasket, baby. It's just go ahead, work your job, save your money, repent, and we gonna all burn, baby, burn. That's what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. Could it be a good thing, at least for men? Because maybe one day, if sometimes I'm ashamed to be a man. We're so stupid. Like, we see marriage has nothing to offer us. Like, if you want companionship, just have a girlfriend. But most women don't. They're not taught that, and we don't live in and plus maybe it's easier for paperwork and stuff like that. Like if something happens, next of kin, the living spouse would be next of kin to get property, money, and stuff like that. So I guess that's the thing too. But it's just man, it's like there's nothing for you as a man in this country we live in America. I live in America. I don't know where you live at if you're watching this from somewhere else. But it's like, and then the women today, they want a man to be a man, but then they don't want to be a damn woman. They want you to go out and toil away in the fields, toil away at your job, and she don't want to halfway cook, clean, suck dick or nothing. It's like, well, what the fuck are you doing? You think I'm just got you because you pretty? You ain't a damn hood ornament. Get your ass up and do something. Get over here and do something. The fuck, man. I don't know. I love to hear your opinions. I see some folks over there on my territory. About to go handle that. Hey, fool, what you doing? You know where you're